What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be working on my 72. This is a Ford F100. It's actually like a Ranger and it has a 360, and lately I've been driving it with blown head gaskets. I think ever since I bought it, it had a head gasket problem, but it was driving fine. I would drive it far, it never had a problem, but I had to be adding water. Recently I forced it and I think I just made it worse. So the truck comes with a 360. Let me open the hood real quick. And I removed the radiator cap because I had to drive it in my garage, and I don't want it to build pressure. So like I said before, the truck has a 360. I removed the valve covers a while back ago and I sprayed in black, but it's been running for, I want to say like 7 years with blown head gaskets. So when I bought the truck, it was parked for more than 10-15 years, I don't know how many years. And I poured gas in the carburetor, put a battery and cranked it. It started right up, and that's when I decided to buy it. I got it for $400. I bought the truck for $400 and I spent another $600 on parts. I rebuilt the carburetor myself. I replaced the points on the distributor, the cab, the rotor. I put another coil, the wires, the spark plugs. I also cleaned the radiator. It's already rusted, but inside is pretty clean still. I also put a water pump. I got the upper and lower radiator hose and a couple of other things. Over the years I've done some repairs, like for example this alternator. It's a one wire self-exciting alternator, so you don't have to do anything but connect ground and power. As soon as you spin the alternator, it'll start charging. And I also rebuilt the gearbox. I was gonna buy another one because it was leaking oil pretty bad, and I just fixed it myself for like $30. I bought the rebuild kit for like 30 bucks. I was gonna buy one, but it was like, I think it was like $600-700. So I was like, that's not gonna happen. I'd rather do it myself. So today I'm gonna be doing the heads. Like I said, it's still drivable, but it doesn't get far. I mean, I can go to the store and back, no problem. But today I went to the car wash because I wanted to clean the engine a little bit before I take it apart, and honestly it didn't make it. It left me stranded. I let it cool down for a little bit and then it started right up. I just pressure washed the engine, I let it cool down, and then I added more water and I was able to drive it back, but it barely made it to my house. So I want to be driving this thing, and the only way I'm gonna be driving it without a problem is replacing those head gaskets. So I'm gonna show you guys how to take it apart. These trucks are pretty simple, so it's not a big deal. I mean, I can take the heads off within like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. It's pretty simple. The only bad thing about the truck is that it's a 72, so there's gonna be a lot of rusted bolts, and I know I'm gonna break a few and I'm gonna have to deal with them later when I have to remove the studs. But anything other than that, it's not a big deal. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna show you guys the whole process on how to take it apart, but I will tell you what you have to remove. So far, I think I have to remove the alternator and the power steering. I'm gonna start with the upper radiator hose. You don't have to remove the lower, I don't think you have to. So I'm gonna remove the upper radiator hose, then I'm gonna remove the carburetor, the coil, the distributor. And if you guys don't know how to set the distributor, I recommend you guys mark it. So I think I'm gonna set my engine on top dead center, and I'm just gonna leave everything on cylinder number 1. That way when I put it back together, it's a lot easier. Alright guys, so I want to show you how simple this is. I already removed my alternator. I just put it right here on the side. I didn't disconnect anything, I just left it the way it is. And this is the bracket. I just pushed it down, that way it doesn't get on the way. So on this side, once I remove the intake, all I gotta do is remove the exhaust, the valve cover, and I'm able to take the head off. On this side, here's my power steering with the bracket. I just put it on the side as well. Here's my coil. I just put it on the side with the harness. It's a small harness, doesn't really have much, so pretty simple. Now this is my distributor cap. So what I'm gonna do, this is cylinder number 1 right here. So I'm just gonna make sure this is pointing to cylinder number 1, and I'm not gonna really, well, I'm just gonna mark it. I'm just gonna mark everything and make sure it goes the same way. When I put it back, it has to, I think I'm just gonna do like a little, I'm just gonna put some kind of a paint right here. I'm just gonna mark it. Actually, you know what, I got this right here, so I'm gonna use this to mark it. And I'm just gonna put it the exact same way. The wires, you could mark them to each cylinder and then just put everything back the way it was. For the carburetor, I just gotta remove my fuel line. I'm gonna put like I got a tool over here. So you use this tool to clamp the hose so it doesn't leak any fuel. So I'm gonna be using this tool, and I am gonna get some fuel coming out of the carburetor, but that's not a big deal. It shouldn't be that much. And I gotta remove the linkage. That's pretty simple. And the kick down for the transmission. And pretty much after I do that, I gotta remove the valve covers, the intake, and that's pretty much it. I do have some vacuum hoses on the back. This one is a heater hose right here, goes to the back. I'm gonna remove it because I'm not even using it. Here's the front of it, and I'm not even using it. Okay, so I just pulled out the distributor, and apparently the water did mix with the oil, so that's really bad. That's really bad because I was driving it like that for a while. I'm still gonna do the head gaskets. I'm gonna drain the oil, add new oil. I'm gonna let it run. Hopefully I don't get a rot knock in the future, but if I do, I already have another engine for this truck. I mean, it's not a 360, it's a newer engine. I'm gonna do a swap on it, but I didn't want to do it right now. I guess I'm just gonna drive it till it blows up. Once it blows up, I'll just start doing the swap that I want to do on it. So at this point, I'm gonna continue taking everything else apart. I already removed the valve covers. I also removed the rockers and the push rods. I think I'm gonna remove the carburetor with the intake because I don't want to buy gaskets for the carburetor. I'm just gonna leave it on the intake. It's gonna be kind of heavy, but oh well, I'll figure it out. And let me show you guys my push rods, and I got my rockers and the valve covers. There's a lot of water inside. There's a lot of water, so hopefully the engine's still good. If not, like I said, I'm just gonna drive it till it blows up, and that's it. But for the heads, I think I'm gonna remove the heads with the exhaust manifolds. They're gonna be super heavy, but I don't want to deal with disconnecting the manifolds and breaking the bolts. I'd rather just deal with it outside, try to save the bolts. I'm not gonna reuse the bolts, but I don't want to break them and then have a hard time removing them from the heads. So I'll figure it out, but for now the intake is coming off with the carburetor. So I finally got my intake off, and there's a lot of water, but I think it should be fine. Everything looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the heads. Before I remove the heads, I gotta disconnect the exhaust. I feel like just cutting it off because I'm not gonna reuse this exhaust anymore. I want to upgrade it, so I think I'm just gonna cut it, and I'm gonna remove the heads with the manifolds, but we'll see right now. I got one of the heads out already. I removed it with the exhaust. I was gonna break the studs. I was gonna either break the studs or cut the exhaust, but I was able to take them off. They were a nightmare to remove those two nuts. I forgot how how rusted they get, and they give you a really hard time to take them off. I try not to break them at the end of the day. I just sprayed a bunch of WD-40. They were able to come loose. It did cost me a little bit of a struggle, but I got them loose. And same thing for the other head. So that one's pretty much unbolted. I just gotta take it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the other head. I'm gonna clean the surface, and you know what, I was surprised because on this side the pistons, they don't look that bad. They just have a little bit of, actually they don't even have any carbon. They're just a little bit black, but the cylinders, they look pretty good. I'm not gonna turn the engine because I set my timing already, and I don't want to mess with that. I know the engine was running. I just had a head gasket problem because I overheated the engine. But I'm gonna clean the block. I'm gonna inspect it, make sure I don't have any cracks on the block. I'm also gonna have the machine shop check the heads. I'm just gonna have them resurface the heads and make sure they hold compression. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the other head. I just removed the other head, and you can see how the gasket got damaged. So water was gonna start going in on cylinder number 5 and maybe on cylinder number 8, but everything else looks pretty good. And here's the head. So you can see right here that water was going in through this cylinder, or it was barely gonna start going in. This one looks okay. I mean, most of them, they look pretty good. They don't look that bad. So on this head, I removed the gasket, and this one, see, there was no water here, no water. And this one, definitely there was a lot of water going in here. The gasket, I removed it, and I mean, it wasn't holding compression anymore. So I'm assuming it was pumping air to the cooling system. And honestly, I was driving it with the radiator cap loose so it wouldn't build pressure. I would just add water whenever it would run out of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean some of the parts. I'm not gonna reuse some of them, but the main ones, for example, the intake, the carburetor, I'm gonna clean the rockers, the valve covers, the distributor, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and take these to the machine shop. Like I said before, I'm just gonna resurface the heads. Then I'm gonna start getting everything ready to put everything back on. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these heads. I'm gonna clean the rest of the parts, and I'm gonna get my truck ready so I can put everything back together. For the next video, I think I'm gonna bolt everything back on and do an exhaust on it. Nothing crazy. I'm just gonna do something that I wanted to do a while back ago, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to do it now. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.